Welcome back to another episode of Live from the Horse's Mouth. We are here at Pale Horse Records with our band Wellness Check, and we're going to ask some questions. All right, so what's your guys' history and how did you found Wellness Check?
Our history is we kind of started out as a small group. It was just me and another guitarist, just jamming, trying to figure some ideas out and what we really wanted to do. And I found a lot of enjoyment in that, and I just wanted to continue forward with the music and doing my own idea and creating something that I felt represented me and represented my thought process and my outlook on life and the world. And with that, I continued with that idea. I lost a lot of members. I've had a lot of ups and downs in that sort of scenario, but through adversity and continuing to make this work and putting in the effort, I was able to reluctantly find my bassist, who then helped me find the rest of these guys. And through just, conversations, a lot of jokes, a lot of mess ups, and a lot of listening to these same songs over and over again, we're able to proudly say that we are Wellness Check, and we're able to go forward with that.
Right on. And then do you guys have any major influences that have inspired you to become the band that you are today?
I think Noah provides a lot of the creative direction for a lot of our sound, but I always joke that, we've got a guitarist who's playing mid-2000s metalcore. We've got a death metal vocalist. We've got a bassist who's doing fucking who knows what.
A lot of prog.
And then Noah's got this great, modern, hardcore modern metalcore sound. So, Dying Wish, Boundaries, Varials, no Zodiac. Yeah. So I think that's kind of the sound that we're going for. We're really just throwing it together and kind of seeing what works.
Right on. Okay. So then let's say you were to kick somebody out of the band. Who would you kick out first?
I would kick Connor out because bass is not a real fucking instrument.
Me.
I would kick myself out and find a better vocalist for you guys.
Yeah. No, yeah.
Right on. So, hold on. So with two members who haven't been in the band before, what's it like to write the music for Wellness Check?
Yeah, Robert?
Yeah, I'd say it's definitely a challenge for me just because this is the first legitimate project I've been a part of, but I like being able to pull my influence from my music styles into it, and obviously working with Noah, it's been really easy to try to figure out how to just combine. I like the more metalcore scene stuff, he likes the hardcore stuff, so we kind of fit together really well of just being able to go back and forth and figure out something that sounds good, that's groovy, but it's still modern-esque that people will like.
Right on. What kind of music did you play before?
Oh boy, yeah, I love the 2000s metalcore scene and 90s thrash type stuff. So it's a lot of the complex, higher up, drop C, if you know what that is, stuff. But yeah, and then we've kind of switched to a much lower. I think we're in drop A right now tuning, and it's more punchy, real hard. But I think we make it work.
Right on. So as a band, what's the biggest struggle you guys have had so far, getting started and everything?
I think that after we got the actual members, it wasn't much of an issue. I think organization right now is a big thing because we have so many ideas and so many directions that we want to go. We're just trying to find the time in our daily lives to get that complete, get our projects together on what songs that we want to do next, our writing sessions and things in that sort of scenario. But as of right now, our main focus is going to be looking for shows, getting out into the scene, and just trying to play and meet people and go from there.
Right on. Have you guys played any shows yet?
We played a small live set in front of some friends, some people who play music, some people who listen to music. We got really good feedback, but that's been the only time Robert and I have played live pretty much in front of everybody, right? These guys have a little bit more experience. So, but that gave us a lot of momentum and gave us a lot of confidence from that live set we threw together. So,
right on. So who would you say is in charge of the band altogether? Yeah, okay.
He just point to himself.
Yeah. But he did this. So I was right on, dude.
Yeah, it probably is Noah at this point. I mean, partly because we practice at his house. But yeah, I think he's definitely, especially creatively, musically, that's the way the sound comes from is him.
Okay. So how often do you guys get together to practice and everything?
Currently, right now, we're scheduled because life and everything. We do practices on Sundays. Sometimes we'll meet up during the week after work, a little writing session, just guitars and nothing too loud or anything. We've been trying to get some small recordings out of the house and just really work our tempo and how tight we are as a unit. I forgot the question.
That's about it.
Once or twice a week, more if we can, and then as many little one-offs. I mean, Pale Horse especially has been huge to us to come out here and get to have some studio time, to get to play with some stuff that we don't have normally at practice, to work with Ian and kind of see what it sounds like to record and play live and listen back to ourselves. So we play together as much as we can, and when opportunities like this come up, we just try to dive right in.
Right on. That's awesome. Okay. So then, I guess, how do you guys deal with Ryan's mustache?
Comb
I
it.
try not to look at it. Don't look it in the eye.
I have the least facial hair out of everybody, so
I don't think they would have let me into the band without this.
Oh,
yeah,
okay.
I rolled up.
respect it.
It was a prerequisite, yeah.
I rolled up and screaming into a mic, and they were like, "That's
Hired.
not the vocals we want." All right, I've got a mustache. All right, you're in.
So then how many different members were there like originally?
Original members, we've had me and him, and then 4 other individuals, and then these guys. So that would be, 8 people total, I think? Doing the math
I'm the
correct?
third vocalist, and he's the third guitarist.
You're the third guitarist. So
Right on. Okay. So what happened to those other 3, if you don't mind my asking?
it was a lot of creative differences, a little bit of a skill gap in a sense as well. Some of these songs were a little bit harder to play. Some of them didn't make a whole lot of sense to them. As a drummer, I did write a lot of the guitar parts, which is the hardest thing that we've been having to deal with because I think differently than Robert. So we've been having to communicate on that, and that was an issue that I had previously with other band members. And then vocals, just finding someone who delivered what I wanted to see this band produce in that sort of sense.
Okay, cool. So then the 4 of you have been playing for how long?
When did we pick up? They picked me up March 1st, and then when did we pick up Robert?
Like 2 months after that, maybe 3.
Yeah, so I think we've been an official band maybe 3 or 4 months, and yeah, did not take long for Robert to pick up all the material, and we've been writing a lot of new stuff since.
Right on. Okay. So then I know you contribute most of the like writing and everything. Do you guys like do anything else in regards to like writing or like coming up with your own like parts or anything?
Yeah, I think me and Noah kind of spearhead the writing process of like now that I'm in, I kind of put in like the structure to the songs and try to add like the direction, and then he will come in and actually tone me down to whatever we're looking for and actually make that sound groovy and make it so people actually want to listen to it. I think that's been what's working best for us so far.
Right on. Okay.
I wrote most of Jacob's Ladder, all the lyrics, the guitar. He helped with the middle parts just because I didn't know where to connect the beginning and the end. But for the most part, that was kind of my baby. And I don't like when people change it too much.
Oh my God. Okay. I changed up one of the words. I switched them around, and he caught it on the recording, and he's been grilling me for the past like 2 hours about it. So Connor's super talented. It's just we got to get him to write more. So it's a mixture of these guys. I'm not a musician. These 3 are. They're amazing. But getting some kind of direction, figuring out the writing process. I think earlier you asked what our biggest struggle is. Figuring out how to get 3 different sounds to kind of work together. Figuring out 3 different brains to work together between these guys. That's probably been the toughest thing.
Yeah, makes sense. Okay. So then where did the inspiration from Jacob's Ladder come from?
I don't know, actually. It just came out of nowhere. And I just started writing. Came up with a name first, and then I wrote the lyrics, and then I put everything else after that.
Okay. Right on.
A few days.
So how long does it typically take for you guys to like write a song then?
Depending on how comfortable and how confident we feel in the riff and the idea that we have, bringing it forward to the group, it can take anywhere from 3 days to a couple of months, depending on, working, again, with each other and trying to bridge the gaps in between those different parts that we're trying to put into the song and everything else that we're trying to make work as a whole unit.
What's the song that's taken like the longest to write so far?
We're still working on Ego.
Yeah,
right
that
now.
one's taken a little bit of time right now. Yeah.
6 weeks, 2 months.
Challenge you guys to write a song in 15 minutes. Or is that a
No,
song?
different
Different
song.
song.
Different song.
We were doing a lot of writing. We were figuring out a good process, and then we set up this opportunity actually, and we were like, all right, we're gonna stop writing. We're gonna practice the absolute shit out of 2 or 3 songs so that we're super tight. And that's been like 80% of our practices have just been these songs over and over, listening to each other, getting good feedback, working on sound to come here and deliver a really good performance.
Right on, okay. So it seems like you guys have all like kind of, well, you two obviously have been in it for a minute, but you two are relatively new to this and everything. But you guys seem to have a pretty good rapport amongst yourselves. Was that like difficult at first, or was it like pretty easy?
I think we all listen to the same music, and when you're in metal and hardcore, that's big, right? There's not that many people who listen to a lot of the same bands as me. I don't have a lot of friends who listen to the same bands as I do. So to show up with these guys, and I'm like, hey, do you like this band and this band and this band? They're like, yeah, that's my daily listen. Like, that's super refreshing. That immediately builds some rapport, I think.
Okay. So to like piggyback off that, just from everyone down the line, what would your top 3 bands be?
In terms of inspiration of us playing or listening?
Probably all-time favorites, realistically.
Top of all time of Mice and Men, probably As I Lay Dying, and then I think Kubla Khan has been my newest on that list right now.
Right on, okay. What about you, Ryan?
That's such a good fucking lineup, dude. That's such a good, like, I want to compete with that. That's such a good lineup. I think that I'm very vocal heavy with what I listen to because I don't play an instrument. So Slipknot is probably at the top. I mean, Corey Taylor is fucking amazing. Suicide Silence, right? Mitch Lucker is a big inspiration for me. And then Whitechapel, Phil Bozeman. So, yeah, it's probably my top 3.
I don't really have a top 3, but 3 bands that I do like would be like Conjurer, Caligula's Horse, like Ithaca would be a good one.
I think my top 3 are more in the newer generation of bands, I guess. Because you guys are a little bit older school than me, but
Shut the fuck up.
I guess my top 3 right now would probably be Boundaries for sure, Splinter, and then I always find myself going back to Knocked Loose as just,
Right on, okay.
the basic.
Hell yeah. So do you guys have anything coming up, like any album release coming up pretty soon, or anything you want to pitch before we head out?
Yeah, I mean, we're coming up with, a concept album right now?
Hopefully, we're an EP to maybe an album. We'll see how many songs we get out of it, but that's what we're doing. Is just trying to write as much as possible to get to the point where we can just go and play. But yeah, I think the concept EP, the concept album, is what we're working on right now.
Okay. Any shows you guys have coming up soon?
At your mom's house? No. We have been trying to connect more with some other local hardcore bands. I think the problem is we're kind of right in the middle of metalcore and in the middle of hardcore punk. And so, trying to find other bands that sound similar to us and trying to hop on shows with them, trying to get the equipment, that's all a work in progress. And it's all comes second to writing and playing and sounding good.
Right on, okay. Well, it was awesome having you guys here. You guys jam. Is there, any last words before we end up killing you guys at the end?
Blow my fucking brains out.
Didn't know about that part.
No, shout out again to Ian and the boys at Pale Horse. Thank you guys so much. Huge
Yeah, thank you
opportunity.
guys.
A lot of fun, a lot of nerves. I took like 8 anxious pisses. I think you guys did too. So
4.
Hell yeah, right on. Well, once again, guys, thank you for coming out. And yeah, that's pretty much it. But yeah, another episode in the bag. I don't know how to fucking end this, to be honest with you. So.
no, and we brought. I know I brought this up. We got just a couple small gifts for the whole team. I don't know if you wanted to let us do that on camera.
Oh
or
yeah, you can
privately.
definitely do that. Yeah.
Yeah, hold on. Somebody hold my mic.
Okay.
This is so stupid, but have you guys ever seen the YouTube show Hot Ones?
Yeah.
Yeah, so I went and got little.
Sick. You got us hot sauce?
I got 5 hot sauces for the whole production team for you guys to come
that's-
pick one out for your next super hot interview.
That's fucking
So,
sick. Okay. Yeah,
yeah.
we'll do a little dab on the end.
Yeah, absolutely. A little dab, and then Ian, we'll sign it if you want to, so it has internet value. But we're gonna let you have the wellness check drum head that we kind of designed and drew up, and yeah, signed or unsigned, whatever you want. we'll see if we're a band next week. So, but yeah, that's what we got for you guys.
Throw it up on eBay.
Yeah, internet value, bro.
Right on. Hell yeah. Okay. I want to see more sauces.
You want to see?
I
I
wanna
got
see more
two.
sauce. I
I
wanna
got
see
two
all the sauce.
sauces. I got a Verde hot sauce and then a Rojo. Does anyone speak Spanish?
Rojo.
Red.
I got these two. I got some mild ones. I didn't know people like hot sauces, but that's what I got for you. My
Hell
friend.
yeah. Okay. That's sick. Thank you. I appreciate
The
it.
next interview, hot ones.
Yes.
Yeah.
There you
that'll
go.
be
Oh,
one.
dude.
Hot ones and then vocals right afterwards.
Perfect. Well, yeah. Once again, thank you guys for coming out, and yeah, we'll see you on the next one. Oh yeah.
Now there has to be one.
Yeah, probably has to be one. Yep.
Sick.
See you tomorrow.
Yeah, you'll get to be here tomorrow, right?
Yeah, yeah.
So yeah, thank you guys for watching another episode of From the Horse's Mouth live at Pale Horse Records. And you know, if you want to subscribe, like, whatever the normal things that people do on the internet is, go for it. Appreciate you, and we'll see you on the next one. Thank you.